Tuesday and Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium. So I think with that, the question now becomes for the Red Sox, are they more the Toronto Raptors from last year, who were the #1 seed in the NBA playoffs, or the 2013 Kansas City Chiefs, who were 9-0? What I'm getting at is those teams are atop the league, but you kind of knew that at the end of the day, they weren't going to be there for the championship. You just knew it. I think it's fair at this point to ask that question of the Red Sox. I mean, look, David Price cannot win in New York. Now, you could try to avoid him pitching in New York, but tiptoeing around opponents and trying to avoid certain matchups for your #2 starter is an issue. You like your #2 starter to have a little bit more gumption than that, a little higher ceiling than that. So I don't really love that scenario. The offense is excellent. We know that. I'm uncomfortable with how they've handled Mookie Betts. Let him play. Let him stay hot. Let him stay in his routine. If I'm going to answer my own question, I will say no. The Red Sox are a legitimate title contender. I don't feel great saying that right now, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were so far ahead of everybody else for so long this season. I still think there's a chance that somewhere out there they can put it together and find a way to get to the World Series. And if they get there, then they can win it. But when you combine the starters with the current state of the bullpen, in addition to the back end of the starting rotation you've never really felt all that great about, it's really hard to make a case. But I'm not going to say they're frauds. I'm not going to say it. All right, Peter King made an interesting comment earlier today on The Herd, or maybe it was WEI, I don't remember where he said it, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he essentially said that the Patriots organization is too prestigious and proud to employ a guy like Josh Gordon, a guy with that many off-the-field issues, essentially a guy that's been that big of a mess. What does that even mean? They brought in Michael Floyd a couple years ago, who was drunk at the wheel, asleep at a stoplight. How is their pride or prestige any more preserved then than it is now? Belichick has taken risks on players all throughout his career. LeGarrette Blount not only was caught with weed, drugs, but then walked off the field on his teammates during a game in Pittsburgh while the game was still going on. And Bill said, here, come back and work for us. How is their pride or prestige not at risk then? The comment made no sense. I will admit that the risk of Josh Gordon is that he works out for a few weeks, he's good early, you start to rely on him, and then he lets you down late in the season when you need him most. And then all of a sudden you're up the creek without a paddle. But it's still a risk worth taking, because if you don't risk it, if you don't acquire that talent, I don't think you have the talent to win the Super Bowl. I mean, instead of them thinking, oh my gosh, what if this fails? I'm for the mentality of, oh my gosh, what if this works? And that's the mindset the Patriots have employed here. All right, take your pick. Which absolute spill your guts, tell-all autobiography would you rather read? Bill Belichick's or Tiger Woods? Ooh, that's a doozy. For me, though, the answer is easy. Bill Belichick. I want to know every little thing that happened throughout his tenure with the Patriots. I want to know what he thought about every little thing that happened throughout his tenure with the Patriots. I want to know why he handled his press conferences the way he did. I wanted to know guys around the league that he hated, guys around the league that he liked, guys around the league that he didn't respect, how he felt about every controversy, how he felt about Tom Brady. Tiger Woods' book, I mean, there'd definitely be some X-rated pieces to that. Probably make 50 Shades of Grey look like a couple high schoolers making out at the spring formal. I love to read about some of his escapades, his Vegas nights with Michael Jordan. The stories about the women would interest me, but I've got to go with Belichick. I followed the team for so long, there's so much intrigue and unknown there, I just have to read Belichick's book. All right, my lock of the day, I'm going with the under tonight in the Jets-Browns game. Everybody picking the Browns thinking that that defense will give Sam Darnold issues. I'm going with the under 41. If the Browns defense gives him issues, he won't score a lot of points. The Browns offense isn't anything to write home about. I'm going with the under in the game tonight. Thursday Night Football, 41 is the number. That's my lock of the day. Have a good one.
Well, as you know, I'm not on Snapface and all that, so I don't really get those.